I just share it, a smile, and pause, and then start talking for the live stream. Welcome, I'm Elizabeth. This is Willow Root Tarot, and we are going to do a series of oracle and potentially tarot card pulls. We are going to start with seasons. Oopsies, let me go ahead. Every time I do this, I leave the other video up and I can put it in the background. It's all a message. So we have Seasons of the Witch, a star oracle. I do invite y'all to check my pronunciation because it may be wrong. All right, so I love this series. Seasons of the Witch is the series. There are 8 decks currently in this series. So there's 8 pagan holidays that at least we celebrate that I'm aware of, I'm familiar with. So this is by Lorraine Anderson and Julia Diaz, and this is illustrated by Tijana Wickerman. This deck is illustrated by Tijana Wickerman. I don't know if they all are, but they are all co-created by Lorraine Anderson and Julia Diaz. Let's shuffle. There is no right or wrong way to shuffle. Really, there's not. Do whatever you want. I mean, if you flung this into someone else's face, yes, there would be some sort of pushback potentially, but it's not that it's wrong. All right, let's see what we got. I don't do jumpers or faller outers, decks that don't remain in the deck that pop out. I just don't want to. If you ever see people shuffling like spasmodic, it's because they're probably trying to get a jumper. They're trying to make one fly out of the deck. It'll also be a medical condition. All right, so Seasons of the Witch of Star Oracle. We have, what is that? Spring Hike. I haven't pulled this one before. Yay. She's doing it at night. She's walking around. Oh, is she? Wait a minute. It's the sun and the moon. Oh. That's that whole balancing of the day and the night, isn't it? Spring Hike, card 40. A horizon of possibilities welcomes the curiosity of your soul. Gorgeous. So the horizon of possibilities, if we just picture like a flat line off in the distance, this is the horizon. Optical illusion that it looks flat. Anyway, a horizon in our future, in our sight. A horizon of possibilities welcomes the curiosity of your soul. You need not move. You could be comatose and still enjoy the energy of this card because it's your soul and the potential and possibilities of the light within you that seeks the horizon of forward movement. A horizon of possibilities welcomes the curiosity of your soul. And no one gets to see what that curiosity is. It is not a blemish, it is a miracle. Spring Hike, card 40. With 40, I see 4, because 0 is not a placeholder for me. And in the major arcana, 40 is the, 4, we don't have 40 cards in the major arcana, that's a reference to tarot. 4 is the Emperor. After Spring Hike, which is card 40, what we pulled, we have Spring Rain, card 41. Both fun. All right. They are fun. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. All right. Spring Hike, card 40. Let's get that dark chakra cleared up. All right. I'll hold that up for you guys. This is my manual card cam. The skies have cleared and the cold winds of winter have calmed. Sorry, look at this one. A cool spring morning is all too eager to fill the void, granting you the perfect day to venture out on a hike through nature. It's a beautiful day to explore places you've never been, to discover fresh flowers and leaves, finding light through cracks, and the occasional visit from forest fauna, filling you with a delight. That feeling of discovery, stumbling upon something you had no knowledge of, suddenly washes away any darkness that is attempting to linger in your soul. What more might you find if you climbed a little higher, went a little further, or stayed a little longer? It's time to imagine what else is possible for you. There's always a chance to go deeper, exploring far beyond what is comfortable or immediately available. What's at the heart of your motivations? What's at the heart of your motivations? The more you dig, the more you can discover. It may seem as though you're seeking a wealthy partner when really you're seeking someone who is responsible stable and driven. Or perhaps you wish to pick up a hobby, thinking it's just a way to pass the time. Dig deeper, and you might find you are seeking a way to unlock your creativity or find fulfillment or a way to better express your authenticity. The information you currently have is not the whole story, especially if you have a yearning for something more. Goosebumps. Honor that urge and push beyond your current circumstances, beliefs, ideas, and understanding of your situation, and see what else you can find. Consider whether you have been limited in your thinking. Be curious, ask questions, and follow any spark of interest. I'll put this. Let me go back to one line. The information you currently have is not the whole story, especially if you have a yearning for something more. Oh, witches! Yes! I was a video like witchcraft, witches, let's go. The information you currently have is not the whole story, because it's all inside and it's ancestral. It is lineage. It is, oh my God, I gotta talk to her again. Damn it, 300 years ago, she hasn't shut the fuck up. She died that long ago. No, but seriously, a lot of our answers are going to come from our past, our ancestral, historical lineage, that memory, that area of spirit that we can tap into. And we don't have the whole story because there's no freaking way to understand everything all at once, right? So the unfolding of the story is much more important, I believe, than the understanding of it. Like a whole story, like War and Peace. Could you imagine trying to dissect that? What is it, like 40,000 pages? I mean, no, God, I have a life. I have that story. I have that one to understand and to develop from. I don't want any others. Although literacy is important, and reading a book is a good thing to do. All right, we're going to go to Angels Among Us. I love the colors. All this pink. It's typically the nail color I have. But today we're resting, nothing on. So Angels Among Us, powerful way to connect to the divine. And this is by Victoria Maxwell and illustrated by Ellie Grant. And I've read this a few times. I'm not a big angel reader. I do have people in my rooms that are, for sure. Like, actually, let's do this. But I don't know. There's some really, I think it smacks so much of Christianity. I'm a recovering Christian. I was raised in the church, and it didn't settle well. So, but that's awful for me because I don't want to limit myself. That horizon, I don't want a smoke screen in front of it. I don't want to start chunking stuff that the card we just pulled talked about the horizon, throwing obstacles out there in front of me, landmines. I don't want to do all that. That's strange. So landmines, that's been a fabric of war forever since they were created, right? They're pretty easy, my understanding. And getting them back out of the ground is a shit show. But now we have drone warfare. I know I don't normally talk about war in my groups, but I thought we have as above, so below. We have landmines on our earth, on the soil, and then in the air, we have drones. Imagine if those were vehicles of benefit, landmines and drones. If they were here to help, only help, recovering all of the surface area and all of the air. We are so capable of creation, we humans. And sometimes we put it towards war, and sometimes we put it towards benefit. So it's strange. Anyway, I don't know how the fuck I went there. Okay, we're gonna let that one go because politics is not something I welcome in the room. So I'm really surprised I just did that. Ooh, Angels Among Us. What? Oh, they fly too. They're up in the air with the drones. That's a weird thought. Okay, let's see what card we get. It's gonna be a good one. Ah, there's a jumper that I don't use them, or a faller outer. All right, Angels Among Us. How many cards are there? Why am I doing this? It feels like a thin deck. That sounds. Okay, so I don't normally ask the question, but I would love to know why I was thinking about drones. And I'm asking about this. Let's see what we got. Drones and landmines. All right, let's see. Good cards. All right. So we have card 21, ooh, which is in the major arcana. That is not going to be reduced. It's going to be the world. Why do we have it? Because we can. Why do we have landmines and drones? Because we're capable of creating them, because the world never stops spinning, and we're so obsessed with being a part of it, we will do whatever we can to make sure that we are remembered. So Saint Dimphna, Borgia, make sure you just check that pronunciation for me. I do see your hand, and I will get to you as soon as I finish with this part. Saint Dimphna, Dymphnar. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not getting that one right, but we're going to go with Saint Dimphna. And this is mental health, and we're asking about landmines and drones, well-being and support, mental health, Saint Dimphna, 21, which is in correspondence to the world card, which is also the beginning and the end at the very same time. Because once we annihilate ourselves, the drones and the landmines will still be here. Nope, that's too negative. She's wearing a four-leaf clover. I mean, in our culture, I immediately jump to St. Patrick's Day. It's also a sign of abundance, and the color green is in play, which is abundance and luck as well. Okay, let's see what we have, because I'm not really sure how landmines. She's wearing flowers for earrings and a cross around her neck. And she's carrying a book, and I talked about reading a book. I don't know. All right, let's see. Sometimes it's like, oh yeah, I get that. Other times I'm like, I have no idea. All right, so Saint Dimphna. I'm screwing that up. All right. Saint Dimphna is the patron saint of mental health, mental illness. I mean, am I just getting like triggered? Like, I don't think there's an illness with the mental state. I think that there are disparities and differences that we'll find across the human spectrum. No shit, because we're not identical. But to name someone ill because their mental state is different, nope. But we're going to go ahead and read it verbatim from the book. Saint Dimphna is the patron saint of mental health, mental illness, depression, and anxiety. Although it's always important to seek professional advice, Saint Dimphna can be a real comfort and support when dealing with any mental health or well-being issues, anxious or unhelpful thoughts. She can also support with issues relating to sexual health and is said to be the patron saint of runaways, psychologists, psychiatrists, and neurologists. What the fuck? Runaways is in the same list as psychologists, psychiatrists, and neurologists? Okay, working with the crown chakra, Saint Dimphna can help to clear the clutter of the mind and help you get whatever support you need in any area of your life. She's like a go-to. All right, the oracle of this card, which means the message. Ask for the help and support you need. It is not a sign of weakness to ask for help. It is a sign of self-love and courage. Totally agree. Love, and so if we're looking at this card for love and relationships, love and relationships, look after your own mental health and well-being before trying to support anyone else. Six of Pentacles, straight up. If you are in a good place, your relationships will be too. The world, which is this card, 21. Put your own oxygen mask on first. It's true. Work. Look for ways to minimize anxiety and stress in the workplace. Put systems in place to support you. Don't be afraid to take time off for your mental health. It's just as important as your physical health. Okay? Home. If you can, delegate tasks around the home to take some of the weight off your shoulders. Turn off the TV and your phone. Yeah. And make your home a real sanctuary from the world outside. Now, I will say that I have on YouTube right now in the other room, it's Red Squirrel Studios. And there's a ton of these, but I happen to like Red Squirrel Studios. And it's live feeds of squirrels and forest critters. And they're hopping all around eating bird stuff and squirrel stuff. It's so cute. But I have that going a lot, but it's for the sound too. I saw like my grandmother. I only have my TV on for the sound. I sound, well, she's sound like she's dead now. But it's that I love having the bird sound in the background. So these are not dictates. These are suggestions, guys. Whatever works for you, go for it. Tweak the hell out of this. Make it your own. It really, that's mental health. Make it your own. Okay. Money in the world of money and finance. We do have some green going. Get some support with your finances. Apparently not enough green. Get some support with your finances. Maybe it's time to consolidate your loans. Look for cheaper service providers or hire an accountant. Do whatever you need to do to take some of the pressure off. And I have just recently gone through the streaming services and I was like, oh my God, I'm paying for a small country with the amount of streaming services I have. So we cut those. For your well-being, prioritize your mental health and well-being. Set healthy boundaries with your phone, social media, and anyone that causes anxiety. Eat well and move your body. Look after yourself. Wow, all of those are like so hardcore screaming at me right now. Because definitely that's well-being. Spirituality, meditation may be especially useful in helping with mental health and well-being. If you find it difficult to clear the mind, try guided meditation or focusing on a color, mantra, angel, or ascended master. I daydream. There's this thing called maladaptive daydreaming, if you want to Google. But I daydream, and that is my form of meditation. There's a lot of forms of meditation, okay? So call on St. Dipna for assistance with mental health, anxiety, depression, emotional issues, sexual issues, negative or troubling thoughts, homelessness, working in mental health capacities. Oh, runaway and homelessness. Why don't they use those words interchangeably? Like someone's just consistently running away. Fuck no, they're in a gutter somewhere needing help. They're not running from anything. The language that we use, oh my God, I never even heard that before. Always seek professional support when needed. That's super duper important, guys. ChatGPT all the way, totally kidding. Embody the energy of Saint Dipna by asking for help when you need it. Letting others help you. If they offer, yes, come do that thing. Yeah, you offer, do it. Prioritizing your own mental health and well-being. You are more important than everybody else, and that is true. I know these things. Showing understanding and support to others who are struggling with their own mental health and well-being, but do not put yourself in harm's way. Six of Pentacles, again, it's about knowing when you can help. Because you might be the most helpful person on the planet, but it is not your day to help. Don't do it. You'll screw shit up. Like, don't help unless you can. If you say, yeah, I'll totally be there, but you know you're going to be exhausted, that's not helpful. Go ahead. I see your hand. Go ahead. Thanks for your patience.
Well, I want to say angels are real, and I trust them more, my mental health and my safety in this country from angels than into the average therapist or the average politician.
I knew you were going to say politician. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. We are divine. We are the above, right? That reflects to the below. And while help is always, I always appreciate the help. Yeah, there are definitely times when I know I can go within and have those answers. Thank you for your share. Thank you for your share. Yeah, especially in today's climate. What was that one that I read from yesterday? Oh, this one. I left this one out so we could read from it again because I think I'm currently obsessed. All right, we have Ascension Oracle by Nari Anastasia. Connect to your sacred light. I aged myself. Older people. I love this deck. Ascension Oracle. It's so pretty. And I think the message was pretty good too. I don't know. I was like absolutely blown away by the colors. All right, let's see what card we get. We're just gonna go straight to it. I love this. So this is Nari Anastasia. Anastasia. This is List an Illustrator. Damn, she did all that. This is a Rockpool deck. That's the publishing house is Rockpool. Yes, that does matter. Think about Rider-Waite Smith. Rider is the publishing house. Okay. Rider-Waite Smith is a form of it's not a form of tarot. It almost is. It's an iconic tarot deck. It's a Western tarot deck. Illustrated by Pamela Coleman Smith, hence Rider-Waite Smith. Although there are some people who like to call it Rider-Waite. I can't imagine why they want to cut the woman's name out. Boy, this is feisty energy this morning. All right, let's see what we have with our Ascension Oracle. I'm just excited to see all the colors. Oh, this deck's so fun. How many cards are we looking at? Why do some decks say how many and some don't? I'm going to guess 44. Because a lot of them are 44. Angel number. So sometimes I like that. If you hear that, I don't know if you can see it. People also, it's called knocking your cards. I do it to stir up the energy. Nothing I do There's no aspect of tarot or oracle that is set in stone. Nothing. There is no wrong. Do your own practice. Bring it to the world. Share. I don't know my marketing like this often. What's going on? I feel like Johnny Storm. Flame on! I want to feel the sensation in my hands. Here we go. That's halfway there. I got it in my left hand. So if there's such a thing as a left hand meaning, this is it. I don't know what that is. There's left hand path. That's not what I'm talking about. Don't even go there. All right, 15, empowerment. Self-critique. It's a lot going on. We have a dove, a lotus, throat chakra, crown chakra, solar plexus. I mean, this is an insane amount of energy. A lot of chakra movement. And no, I'm not overly familiar with the chakras. Let do see what. Oh, you know what isn't lit? A mouth. So her crown, her third eye chakra, third eye mental capability, key one high priestess, key two high priestess, and then we have throat chakra. I don't know what major arcana that is. The third chakra. So these are forms of communication that is not verbal. There's no sound necessarily. There's not necessarily any sound involved in this form of communication. And it's card 15. So we can look at this. You can look at this however you want. This is how I do it. I really like to push that because if you have a different way of doing your numbers, do it. And then tell me about it because I like numbers. 15 can rest alone in the major arcana. It's the card of the devil, which is a card a lot about choice. And the keyword here, empowerment, makes sense for the devil because if you do not feel empowered, you're less likely to choose to make that change. And that is the change that we see around the throat of the people that are attached to the devil. I love their quotes. They're attached, but they could also be. It's kind of like an addiction. With some addictions, it's almost feels like it's impossible to break the bonds of. What's a lightweight addiction? I don't know. I shouldn't say that. Anyway, a lot of times addiction is associated with the devil. But we can also look at 1 + 5 because it's card 15, and that is the lovers. Now, if we looked at, if you happen to have an RWS, which is a Rider-Waite-Smith, or RWS deck, which is going to be something that mimics Rider-Waite-Smith because it's out of copyright, so you yourself could do this. You go ahead and pull the lovers and the devil. They are sister cards. So we have lovers and devil energy sister cards within this card 15, empowerment. Lovers and devil offering. Let's see what that brings us to with the book. Oh, Earth Angel, Earth Angel, Earth Angel. Like that. Okay. Empowerment. Oh man, I hope I don't say this dude's name wrong because everyone talks about him. Feeling the oneness of yourself with all things is true love. Feeling the oneness of yourself, feeling that ability, which I have a hard time with, but like this idea that I am one, I am whole, I am a single unit, and then we can break it down into are you really? But if you think you are, or if you just have that feeling in this moment of cohesiveness, homeostasis, union. The quote is feeling the oneness of yourself with all things is true love. It is not to say, I judge you to be more or less or different. It is to feel the oneness. It is not to go out and find the differences, to create chaos, to disenfranchise or deconstruct. It is not. It is to create. It is to find similarities in the process and how we can better understand one another and our ideas. No, it's not a fucking Zen world. I get that. But the less we deconstruct and construct, I do think we'll be better off. Landmines and drums. All right. The power comes not from the external. Instead, it is sourced from your direct ability to connect to the divine within you, the light within you, a source within you. You are the fucking power. We're taught to trust in invisible men that live in the sky, if you're Christian. We're taught to put our strength in someone or something, even just a simple belief that's not tangible. But are we taught to trust wholly of ourselves and to recognize us as divine beings? I was never. Some of us are because we're teaching others. I'm catching up to this. So let's start that over. True power comes not from the external, from the ideas and beliefs of others. Instead, it is sourced from your direct ability to connect to the divine within you. Give yourself time. Or maybe you're like, I got this shit. Feel it, whatever, feel it. When your source of power is coming from your internal connection to the infinite, all illusions of separation are disintegrated. When you draw on the wisdom and power from this source of oneness, your actions and choices are aligned with integrity and truth. You become a clear instrument of light and a living embodiment of love. Through this source of empowerment, you strengthen your light body and attune yourself to the vibration of love. No longer do you live your life through the cloudiness of the human lens. Instead, you live from a place of clarity, a space beyond the polarities and illusions of duality. Loved one, merge entirely into this space of oneness. Attune your frequencies to this universal source for harmony in all areas of your life. I want to say, you can be in that state of oneness and still sound exactly the same. I am still dropping F-bombs when I feel like I'm in a state of oneness. Am I trying to find disparity? No, I'm trying to find connection. And that energy of oneness helps me to find it. And is it momentary in my life? Yes. Is it transitional? Yes. Is it transitory? Yes. It's not a 24/7 thing. I don't really know outside of breathing what is, right? Blood flow and breathing. I mean, what else? So anyway, it's moments to be enjoyed. That's how I look at it. So the exercise that this card offers, take time out to meditate, connect to your inner light and power, and amplify this energy through gratitude. And that gratitude can be found by one of my favorite acts of gratitude is sipping water. Yup, I'm doing it for myself, but guess what? It helps the entire fucking world. And ultimately, it will keep insurance costs down. Okay, so the affirmation: I am empowered through the knowing. I am one with the divine source of love because that divine source of love is within me. Everyone on this freaking planet is a divine source of love, according to my rules. According to my rules, there was something else, but I forgot it. Go ahead. I see your hand. Thanks for your patience.
I just wanted to say that I dreamt about the number 15 last night, and I know, right? And when you pulled the card, I just had to share that. I was like astounded.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Number 15 and
oh,
14
okay. So we
last
did
night.
that 15. Okay. So there's a connection here. So, well, first that you're saying it out loud. Huge connection. Thank you for sharing. And then we have card 15. You dreamt. Now the last card we have is 21. I did that math wrong. Never mind. Forget it. Forget it. I didn't go anywhere with that because my math is shit. I swear. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to look for 15 in the next cards that we pull. 15, 6. Yeah, 15 or 6. 5 plus 1. That's how I do it. That's just in my mind. I do that. Okay. This is Ascension Oracle. I like this stuff. It's so pretty. Let's see, I've got a few more. I grabbed a bunch. I never know how I'm going to read for. I'm going to read that one. Let's do this one. And then we'll do this one. And then we'll do this. Okay. So we're going to go to Barbara Michael John Free. Barbara Michael John hyphen Free with Flavia Kate Peters. And this is called Sacred Sites Oracle Cards. Illustrations are by Yuri Leitch, Leitch. I pulled from this quite a bit. It's an interesting deck. It's kind of like if you're into astrocartography, if you're using your birth chart, your natal chart, to map out where in the world it's Carmen Sandiego, where in the world your energies flow. Like, where's your Aries line? Where's your Venus line? You're going to find all that through astrocartography. That's very basic. I don't read it because I don't know enough about astrology to do so, but I'm fascinated by it. Sacred Sites Oracle Cards. This would be a fun way to, if I were learning astrocartography right now, I would pull a card, find it on the map, purposely lay my chart over it, and then figure out how the two are connected. I love it. All right, let's start. Whoopsie. That's a lot of cards. Wait, these aren't going on here. Only really one tasted. Okay. You know, say with you dreaming about 15, you could also be dreaming about straight up devil energy, which is a good energy. It's an empowering energy. It builds character and confidence. It can also feel extremely exhausting and depleting when you're in it. Devil energy. And devil energy sits between the tower and temperance. Let's go leave that one alone. All right, let's pull a card. All right, we have Axum. Don't know. That looks like the Indiana Jones and the one of those movies and the Ark of the Covenant. It reminds me of the Ark of the Covenant. I guess that's a covenant with God. I watched the movie, but I didn't know what's all. A lot of matches. All right, Axum. Oh God, it wasn't here. All right, let's go to the table of contents. Axum, which are not in alphabetical order either. Okay, so it is not in the north section or the east section. It's in the south section. Yes, it is. It's in Ethiopia. Axum is in Ethiopia, and we are looking at page 176. Which equals 14. I think I said you jumped about 14 too. Okay.
Dude,
Did you dream about 14?
yeah, 14 and 15.
Okay, so the page number equals 14. I mean, I'm constantly doing this with numbers, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, crap. What am I doing? 176. Okay. 176. Axum. And this is going to be in Ethiopia. Okay, so the card is broken down into lower world, which is the past, middle world, which is the present, and upper world, which is the potential. This is talking about the energy of the card and how it will play into your life. It's considered a general read because we're not using questions unless you have a question going on in your mind. And it's up to you if you want it to apply to this card. So the lower world, so Axum, the energy focus of Axum is, in other words, the keywords, manifestation. Oh, that's it, manifestation, you get one keyword. And then the location is, oh my gosh, is it Tigray, Tigray region, Ethiopia. Pronunciation's really good. All right, so the lower world or the past. Great mysteries have manifested at Axum. The card depicts, between two brightly burning candles, a treasury containing the true Ark of the Covenant, said to be housed in a chapel in this ancient city. The bright star power symbol on the card has relevance to many. It speaks of the future of the nation, of the Star of David, and so of King Solomon, and of the sacred pentagram, which represents the four basic elements of earth, water, air, and fire, plus the essence of spirit. The Bible warns of the evils of the five-pointed star in the story of the downfall of Venus, renamed Lucifer. Why steer us away? Is there too much negativity in your life? Perhaps you are tired of listening to others complain. Instead, look upon all that you do with wonder and awe. See your world through new eyes and bring all that is hidden to the light. By doing so, joy will accompany you and magic will become a part of your everyday reality. I'm just gonna pause because sometimes I feel like they only have like 2 paragraphs to get across some monumental reasoning to help you better your life. So it's really difficult to write in the guidebooks. I do feel like sometimes they're a little stringent. So when it says see your world through new eyes, yeah, I totally love that. And then bring all that is hidden to the light. Okay, you might just bring like a smidgen. Go at your own pace. Everything all at once. Everything everywhere all at once is a great movie, but it does not need to be what you live by. So just do what's comfortable for you. I always say these little thoughts like that. Okay, so anyway, so let's look at the middle world energy, and that's our present moment. Do you take everything at face value? Do you believe all that you were told? Sometimes truth can only come from firsthand experience. The Chapel of the Tablets said to house the true Ark of the Covenant, is at the church dedicated to Saint Mary of Zion, built on the remains of the original church. Why was the Ark left here, so far from the heartlands of Judaism and Christianity? You are being called to investigate all that does not sit easily with you. To walk in wisdom and speak wisely, you must seek knowledge first and experience as much as you can. Only then can you declare your opinion as truth, rather than taking on someone else's. When you are grounded in your own true understanding of the world, you will be amazed by what will become possible for you. We have the upper world, which is your potential. Look deep into the eyes of the mysterious dark beauty of the upper world. She represents the Queen of Sheba and beckons you to make the most of what you have. She took the arduous journey to visit King Solomon in Israel. In those times, even though a queen, she was still just a woman and did not warrant respect. However, using her best aspects, her intellect, her wit, and her charm, as well as her beauty, she managed to gain respect from Solomon himself. He asked the queen to renounce her worship of the sun and instead embrace Yahweh, the Hebrew God, word for God. After seeking counsel, she accepted, then returned home. Perhaps this episode is what convinced Solomon to later make her lands the resting place of the Ark of the Covenant. What are your own good points? You need to recognize and celebrate all your positives, be they kindness or logic, beauty or strength. Once you take full ownership of your own skills and abilities, you will manifest the world that you desire or deserve. I kind of feel that, like, if we believe in ourselves, at least if we don't beat ourselves up, then I think belief will flow. So maybe just start, if you might not do this, but to be kinder to self, I try to be, but it's a constant conversation to have. So, and to finish this card, these are lengthy reads on this deck. Creating a sacred art. Our world is made of energy. So the more power you put into a thought, the more that thought will grow, becoming real. The purpose of this exercise is to create your own sacred art and use it as a tool to connect all that is sacred to your path, enhancing your attributes and manifesting your desires. First, list your best attributes on a piece of paper. Everything you like about yourself. Everything. Why not? Why not everything? Right? Come back to it. Make it long. Leave space that you can add. Then decorate a small box, your personal art, which you will use to contain the energies of all of your good points. Now, find a secret place to store the box. See, I did this when I was a kid. I remember this. Before you place it there, clear the space first by lighting sage or using a clearing spray, or just use your mind and your intention. You may like to light candles as you place your art there, and perhaps to cover the box in velvet cloth. However you wish to sanctify your art, know that the universe is ready to enhance all that is placed within it. Therefore, what is within you, giving it due respect and enabling you to grow fully into who you have come here to be. So much like the Queen of Sheba, is that how I said that? Queen of Sheba, she was a woman, inherently less valuable, just because she was a woman. So she took her attributes in her box, which was in her own system, and brought them to the world so that all could stay and all could share. Belief in self will drive us forward. And if we believe that we're good at something, or that we're beautiful, or that we're intelligent, and we understand how to share that belief with the world, they will see us as that as well. Right. So let me see what time it is. 45. Okay. I am going to pull a card from Secrets of the Ancestors to round this out. Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle by Aviola Abrams. I have a few for next. What is the other one? Faces of Ocean. Ocean? I think it's Faces of that. That is gorgeous. So many colors. Very bright. A lot of gold and purple. Very pretty. Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle is a 45-card deck and guidebook by Aviola Abrams. Let's see what card we get. And this is also going to be the card that's going to close our session today. So this is the energy, the last that we'll hear, but certainly not all that we felt. And it doesn't matter what you're doing. You're doing your dishes, you're driving to work, wondering why your kid won't stop vomiting. You're here in some part. That's what matters. All right, we've got the Conjure Woman manifestation again. Oh, that was the keyword from the last one. So the Conjure Woman. She's interesting. Oh, are those I can't think of what the shells are called, those little shells. Oh, they're starting to see. Anyway, let's see. So the Conjure, oh, card one. Yeah, I love it when I get the first or the last card. Nope, I don't know why, I just love it. All right. The Conjure Woman. Oh, it starts with 0. So there is a tarot. That's right. This one has, okay, this has a tarot connection, and it's going to match the card. So key 1 in the major arcana is the Magician. Card 1, the Conjurer. The Conjure Woman is like the Magician. Okay, makes a lot of sense. You can do it. Believe in yourself. And when that is difficult, believe in us, your ancestors, who have your back. This is a good season for you. If you get out of your own way and allow it to be, you are an alchemist. As within, so without. Nurture your gifts and give birth to your creative ventures. The Conjure Woman ancestor brings gifts of manifestation and creation. The infinity sign is a reminder that she is limitless, and so are you. Ancestral memory. Conjure is the African American spiritual art of hoodoo, spellcraft, healing, and divination. This Conjure Woman also has the energy of a traditional Zulu Sangoma, healer, diviner, and spiritual counselor. The Conjure Woman is a proponent of inspired action. When you feel afraid, inferior, or insecure, she is the one whispering into your soul that you can do it. So we've gone from ancestral memory to ancestral medicine. And the ancestral medicine of this card, when you decide to manifest your desires and dreams, you feel the unfulfilled dreams of the ancestors that came before you. Let not their sacrifices be in vain. Decide what you want and assume you already have it, my child. And now we have the shadow aspect. Have this card then pulled in reverse. Mine are always upright, but I still read reversals because even in the upright, I can sense. So shadow aspect, reverse. Things are not what they seem. Beware of illusions. The energy of unfulfilled potential persists. You are becoming clearer about what you want to create, but you are avoiding making decisions and taking action. Trust your magic. And this is the tarot correspondence to key 1, the Magician. The declaration of this card. I am a magnet for manifesting mysterious miracles. I am a magnet for manifesting mysterious miracles. Wow. So you can create and not know you're creating or what will happen. That is awesome. It's kind of like sitting down to a blank canvas and just putting color on it. Let's see where it goes. Thumbprint art or fingerprint art. Finger painting. That's a good one. No idea what that stuff is like. Okay. Well, I'm going to say that this has been fabulous, and I'm so happy that you all joined me. And we are going to go ahead and close out our session. And so I'd like to say goodbye. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. And I hope I see you again very, very soon. All right.